Welcome back to our channel, Simsaro Investments Limited. Today we look at how to feed rabbits. There are different varieties of feed formulas that are used for feeding rabbits. So we start by looking at different types of greens that you can use for feeding your rabbits. We have a common type that is called blackjack. Blackjack grows everywhere in almost every farm. So you pick the leaves that are fresh, that have not overgrown, then you use for feeding the rabbits. We also have potato vines. If you planted potatoes in your farm, you can pick the leaves of the potatoes and use to feed your rabbits. We have different types and varieties of weeds, which you can also be able to pick. We have weeds that have long leaves, the umbrella-shaped type. Then we have leaves that the leaves look like cabbage, but they produce yellow flowers with long legs. Then we have leaves that look like nightshade. We have two varieties of leaves that look like nightshade. You pick them. You always pick the fresh leaves, not overgrown leaves. And for all the leaves that you pick, ensure that you have kind of sun-dried them a little, so that some of the chlorophyll content of it in it is reduced before feeding your rabbits on. If you feed your rabbits on purely fresh leaves, they will get constipation, and the rabbits' digestive system is very delicate. If you feed them on fresh leaves that have not been wilted, they will get constipation and can result in death of the rabbit. Then we have rabbit pellets. There are three types of rabbit pellets that we use for feeding rabbits. We have rabbit grower or fattener that's used for feeding normal sized rabbits that have already grown, and you're continuing to feed them for the continuous well-being of the rabbit. Then we have rabbit pre-grower pellets. These are pellets that you give to rabbits upon weaning them from breastfeeding. You start by giving them the pre-grower pellets as they learn to eat. Then we have the breastfeeding pellets. These pellets are given to the does when they are breastfeeding to help in boosting the production of milk for feeding the young ones. Okay, then we have the milk itself that we use for feeding the litters. When the doe gives birth, the litters are purely fed on breast milk until 6 weeks of weaning. So during this period, they are breastfed. So when you start feeding your rabbits, ensure that you have your containers ready, your pots, your feeding pots. Remember, your feeding pots, one for water and the other one for pellets. Okay, so ensure that you have put some water in the feeding pot. Remember, the water has to be replaced daily, and the rabbit needs to drink plenty of water. Put the water there. It will be there throughout the day. And then you get your other feeding pot. You go to your bag of feeds and scoop just a handful of pellets. Put them in the pot for your rabbit. Welcome, good. Okay, so now your rabbit, you can leave your rabbit there. It will feed itself. That is for the mature rabbits. Then we have the pre-grower rabbits. The pre-grower rabbits are the young ones, lovely, lovely, that are just beginning to feed. You can see they are so hungry. Also ensure that you put some water for them in the pot. Water for their drinking in the pot. And also a handful of pellets. You can see they are already drinking water. Lovely. Okay, then a handful of pellets, feeding pellets for them. Huh. Wow, they are already feeding. So just to take note that, as we said earlier, we have two types of feeds. We have greens and we have pellets. So it is recommended that for pellets, give them as one meal, that is during the day. Water is throughout. Give them as one meal throughout the day, that is for the pellets. And for the greens, give them the other part of the day, that is in the evening, so that they can continue chewing the greens for throughout the night until morning. So you can get your greens. Ensure that your greens are wilted. Remember we said if you give your pellets fresh greens, they will get constipation and this will lead to death. So that ensure that your greens are wilted. So you take the wilted greens and also give your rabbits. Okay, welcome. Okay, so greens are for dinner, pellets are for lunch, and water is throughout. Thank you for watching us today. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For now, goodbye.